Welcome back, everybody. Anybody that's new here, thanks for joining me today. We're going to do this really quick because I don't have that much time. Well, I have time, but what I wanted to do this morning is it's basically flat calm. I have a frog tied on, a buzz bait, and on my other rod, if you guys have been around for a while, I have my little Rebel popper. When it's really calm like this, the wind's blowing out of the south, I could usually get a bunch of topwater blowups in the morning. And it's really fun because when the water's crystal clear, you can see them coming from a mile away. Or sometimes they surprise you right next to the boat. But either way, topwater I'm going to put a minimum of 2 hours into it. Unless I catch like 100 fish in like 20 minutes. And then we'll go from there. Okay, you guys probably haven't actually seen me use a buzz bait. The big thing here is I'm always afraid to use something like this because there are a ton of northern pike around. And yeah, buzz baits get bit off pretty easy. So we'll see how long this thing lasts. Okay, the buzz bait's kind of bugging me this morning. And I've had this bait forever. I've wanted to try it out, see if the shallow water I fish will attract some fish. I have a feeling I'm going to lose it to a northern pike faster than I want to. I'm also still going to throw the frog, but wanted to try this out. Turns out it sinks really fast, so I'm going to have to like reel it in super quick. I actually have to wait to fish this, to fish it in like there's weed pockets and stuff out here that get a little bit deeper, but it is not deep enough to fish this guy right now. So I guess the frog is going to be the main topwater for this morning because it's too weedy for anything else that I have, unless I'm out over the main part here. But for the most part, I'm going to want to fish around these weeds and see if there's anything big feeding this morning. Okay, threw the buzz bait and the frog around for a little while. I'm going to try one more high-speed approach before I slow it way down to that little popper. Usually, this time of year, I can get away with throwing pretty fast things and stuff will come up and eat it. But I'm not seeing a lot of surface action. Usually I see bait fish and stuff coming up to the surface right now, and I'm not seeing that. So it might be I just need to slow it way down for that little popper. Otherwise, we're going to have to switch things up completely. Okay, I threw the plopper for like probably an hour and a half. Nothing came up to it. So this guy moves really slow. I'm going to throw this guy around. And I'm going to probably put some creature baits on or something else that I can work really slow around the weeds. I don't think they're moving really fast today. It's been a really weird summer so far. Sometimes we'll have really cold nights with stupid hot days. Like it's supposed to be like 85 today, but I think it was like 50 when I got on the water. So they might be a little negative today. We'll have to see, but I want to catch some fish. Okay, so I tied up a weedless craw. Hopefully that one does the trick for me here. We will see though. It just depends on how active they are. Okay, till I get up next to some structure or something that I know I can fish a little bit slower, I'm gonna throw this around, see if there's anything. Just looking for an easy meal because this thing just kind of cruises along. It's a big heavy spinner, but it just, like the way the blades pull on it, it's just nice and slow. Fish. Oh, it's a snake. Not surprised, but got the skunk off. So one northern pike and 3 hours of fishing. Which, I mean, Might seem kind of normal, but usually there's about 400 of those that I cut out. I'll leave that one in just because that's the only fish I caught so far. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like it. Hopefully I can figure these guys out here soon. Okay, I'm coming up on a set of deeper weeds here. So these are deeper cattails or whatever you want to call them, the reeds. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cast out and around all of these guys, and then once I've circled this whole thing, that's my favorite thing about being super calm this morning. Once I circle the whole thing, I'm going to grab my creature bait and toss it inside there and hop it around. Really pick these things apart when they're deeper. There could be a fish 2 feet over and they just decided not to come out after your bait. Okay, I circled all of these weeds here and went around them from that side, around the back, and then over to here. So now I'm going to do circle again. I'm going to go even slower and throw this in and out of them. Basically, I'm going to hop it up and down and just let it drop naturally. Maybe drag it a little bit, see if there's anything in here just kind of hanging out real negative right now that's not chasing anything down. Okay, so pick that one apart. Gonna work my way to the next one. Do the same thing, spinner, then probably this creature bait. I might throw a weedless or a weightless worm on today if they absolutely need me to slow that down. Like, it seems like I need to slow this down way more, because the fast stuff isn't happening, hopping this isn't happening. So sometimes you just need that really slow fall of a weightless worm. We will see if that's what I have to do today. There's one. There's the first one on the craw. Stocky little guy. Not a giant, but I'll take him. He hit it like a ton of bricks. So they will eat this today. Starting to have my doubts. Wasn't even sure if they were in the weeds here. Okay, switch things up to a weightless worm. Getting desperate. Finally got one. Oh, you're not a bass. How am I gonna put a rubber worm on and catch a northern pike right away? That would be my luck. Mess up my line. Yep, frayed my line. Gotta retie. So that guy hit. They need to get bigger though. If they all hit that way, it'd be fun. That was cool. Right at the quarter of the boat. That was fun. Right next to the boat. Got the guy that just missed my bait buzzing the surface. That was cool. I watched that guy come back for it. It's a decent one. Getting bigger. On the right track now. That guy gave himself away because I was buzzing my bait in because I had a weed stuck on it. And I thought I saw him still sitting there in the water, and he was. I just twitched it in front of him and I saw him eat it. It's pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can get some more bigger ones like that. Got one in the pads. That was kind of cool. I was pulling it up over a weed and he smacked it. I like it when these guys come up to the surface like that. I was trying to fish topwater all morning for you guys. Where you at then? Okay, gotta make a few more casts with this thing before I go. Got a couple of little buck bass, but I've gotten some really big ones throwing this spinner combo around, so gonna see if there's anybody around this back section here. There's a little hole that I fish. Sometimes I get real lucky and there's a real big one just hanging out back here. Got a little ripple on the water, so should help camouflage me a little bit better in the shallow stuff. There's one. That's exactly what I was just talking about. I just slow it way down, but case in point. Just had to switch it up to the spinner. Works almost every time. Thanks, buddy. Okay, I guess we can see if we can get a couple more like that. Only got a little bit of time left here. Okay, I might have seen that guy. Don't wreck it! Don't wreck it! That was fun. Okay, I'm gonna put one more swim bait tail on after that northern destroyed my other one, and see if I can get one more big bass here before I gotta go. Okay guys, I don't know what you're gonna see last there, but I had that northern pike and that decent bass on the spinner, and I mean that tends to work, but it's not a guarantee. It's one of those things where it's just a bigger bait, so I know if I get a bite on it, usually it's a bigger fish. That bass wasn't a giant by any means, but it was bigger than all the other ones, so I mean the size class did go up. And then obviously northern pike love those spinners, and it's one of those things I I don't really choose to fish for those northern pike. They just show up everywhere I'm at. So I need to go somewhere where there's some really big northern pike and then give that a try again and see if I can find some monsters that way. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little one, and hopefully I helped you guys learn a little bit. I went through a bunch of different baits. I had like a Senko on, a frog, a plopper. I never threw my popper, the spinner, and I don't know what else I threw. I don't think I threw anything else, but I went through like 5 or 6 baits before I started getting fish on the Senko type bait. And then once I couldn't get any more on that, I just wanted to see if I could get some bigger ones. And the spinner usually, like I said, finds them. It's not a guarantee, but sometimes you get lucky. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, like I said. See you guys next time.